For the Decatur Blazers was keeping him in the game. Outshot 36-15, but only down 2-1. And we also talked about it being a big game for Decatur and their playoff hopes. But if you look at it for the Cougars, just 3 points ahead of the Dells Ducks, with the Dells Ducks having 2 games in hand on them. If you're the Cougars, you don't want to come out here with anything less than a victory. So still some work to be done left here in the third period, and it's going to start with a big penalty kill to start the period.
When you look at it for the Cougars, getting their goals in the game tonight so far, Brandon Furter with his first on the season, Anthony Zavane continuing his streak with a goal as well and getting the assists tonight so far. Michael Butera and Anthony Beltrame on the other side for the Decatur Blaze. The goal for them came from Jake Cunningham on the 2-on-1, and Luka Zinderzik was the one who sent him that puck over, and that's where we stand as of right now. The Zamboni just went off the ice as we're getting ready for the start of this third period in just a little bit. Let's start first with the visiting Decatur Blaze, and we'll start with you, Jeremy. What do they need to do in order to steal a win here from the Chicago Cougars in this third period?
Well, the Decatur Blaze came out on fire in the beginning of the second period. I would come out the same way the third period. Keep going after highs, keep moving the puck, play tough defense, and they're playing very physical, more physical than the Cougars at the moment. And I believe that's what they should be. That's what they should do in this third period.
For the Cougars, keep the momentum on their side. What has to happen, Nick?
Well, I know we talked a little bit about talked about the Cougars only being up 2-1 right now, but in general, I think they have to be pretty happy with where they're at. They've dominated the play, they've dominated zone time. So overall, they played a pretty clean game. But if there's one minor tweak they need to make, it's be a little bit more responsible on the back end. I know they want to be aggressive on offense. They always are with their D-men. They want to control the play of the puck. But at the same time, maybe stay back for a half second longer. Just be a little bit more disciplined with the D-men on the back end, and they should be okay here in the third period.
They just need to pick their moments a little bit better, I think, is the big thing. They just, you like your defensemen to be aggressive. The Cougars have very talented defensemen. So like you said, just pick that moment a little bit better, especially if the puck, depending on where it is. If you've got, you have to be aware of what's going on the other side of the ice.
Especially when you consider you have a lead in this game. It's 2-1. You're not losing. Obviously, if you were losing, you're going to be a little bit more aggressive, but maybe play a little bit more defensively, but at the same time, still be aggressive because the aggressiveness of their D-men is what led to the first goal.
Now, I know we talked a lot about Nolan Slager, but let's talk about Jesse Hayes here for a moment, the goaltender for the Chicago Cougars. I think Jesse Hayes, Jeremy, has played outstanding for the shots that he's seen. He's probably seen almost as many quality shots as was seen by the goaltender for the Blaze and Slager.
Absolutely. Jesse Hayes has been unbelievable tonight. He only gave up one goal, but I mean, that was a 2-on-1. Most goalies are going to give up that. I mean, you have to give credit where credit's due, and right now he's like a brick wall. It's perfect, and he needs to keep that up for the rest of this quarter, for the next 20 minutes, and give the Cougars this victory.
Yep, one more period here of hockey, 20 minutes. Minute 44 of power play time carries over for the Cougars into this one, or penalty kill time, excuse me.
And as you mentioned, Chris, fresh ice for all 144 of this penalty. It's a huge penalty kill for the Cougars. It's a huge power play for the Blaze. Could decide the game, honestly.
Down a defenseman as well.
Yep.
As Hunter Schiffman, the one in the box, quickly winning the faceoff were the Cougars. Comes back over to the far side as the Blaze look to try and start up ice. Good work here by the captain, pushing it down into the right wing corner by Matt Olson, as he at least killed off a little bit more time here early on. Jesper Longberg, the two forwards, very aggressive in keeping the Blaze from getting a chance to enter the zone, and a good defensive play by Matt Olson frees it up for Matt Watson. Gets inside, shoots, and he just missed the net wide as it goes into the left wing corner, but what an individual effort by Jesper Longberg.
A really nice play by Olsen in the neutral zone there. Started that all out, led to the pass to Watson, who got the incredible move right there.
Left wing corner, Mike Watson was holding that puck there. Now comes free for a shot from Butera that goes in behind, as making the save was the goalkeeper in number 1, and Slager goes back over to the far side where the Cougars have the puck momentarily. Blaze starting in. Zindarczyk dropped it off towards the right point, but his player had just retreated out into the neutral zone. Comes back to Palermo now, high slot, as he gets his stick tied up from behind into the left circle. Backhanded shot, Butera scores! Makes it 3-1 Chicago Cougars on the turnover.
Incredible work the entire penalty kill by the Cougars. They've had more shots on killing the penalty than the Blaze have had on the power play, and it led there to a really nice backhanded move by Butera, and he ended up being the goalie 5-hole.
Michael Butera got some tape on the chin there, you could see too. We watch here as Palermo gets his stick tied up. Butera with the great effort to get into that left circle. He saw the defender coming, puts it onto his backhand, and just beats Slager through the 5-hole.
And we criticized the Cougars a little bit for their aggressiveness there, but that was aggressiveness on the penalty kill. That was Butera not being hesitant to get up there and try to create a scoring chance despite being down a man.
Still down about for 30 seconds as this puck goes to the left wing corner. Two players there for the Cougars trying to free it up. Comes free to them now. Pass along the near side. Chasing after it will be Sullivan. He shields off the puck and allows his player in Butera, the goal scorer, to get it out into the neutral zone. Blaze take it back. Backhanded pass along the right wing. Goes towards Justice Cree. Goes into the right wing corner. Back to Sullivan here. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Schiffman jumps right in to make sure to play some defense here, as Sullivan will jump back to a forward spot. That's the nice thing about Sullivan. Yeah, he was playing as a forward, but he was playing defense on the kill. Comes right to Sullivan, right at the blue line, his own blue line. Makes a nice pass to Cody Rayback, who had it poked away from him. Blaze try to counter here, but it's a 1-on-4 in favor of the Cougars, who take it back as it's Schiffman. Schiffman with a nice move around one player. Chases the puck after it in the left wing corner. Backhands it free. Right wing half boards of Zvane. Zvane up to the right point. First shot from Palermo. Hits a leg in front and goes to the left wing corner. Two players for the Cougars send it up towards the left point for Palermo. Pass cross ice. Top of the right circle for Rayback, who sends it to the right wing half boards on diagonal stick. Poked away from him. Blaze have it back. Micah Young. Young around one player. Starts up ice. Pass along the left wing. Bounces off his defensive player's stick and comes back to Palermo for the Cougars behind his own net. Pass to the near side. Rayback will touch this one down into the zone for his team to chase.
And if you're the Cougars right now, sporting a 2-goal lead with a little over 17 minutes left to play, you just don't want to do anything dumb right now. Play smart, get pucks in and out at the blue line. No unnecessary turnovers leading to scoring chances.
Ervider, right circle shot, and Jesse Hayes grabs with the glove hand and holds on.
I believe that was going wide anyway.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go right into that side netting.
Yeah, the Cougars right now, they're playing to win. They're not playing to not lose. And that's the best thing about this right now. They're staying aggressive.
As we watch what led to the goal here by Butera, this move right here to make it and put it onto his backhand was the difference. That is very high IQ, knowing that player's going to try and reach at it with his stick.
Just a reactionary move, too, taking it from the forehand to the backhand.
Puck free for the Cougars onto the stick of Letmansky. Passes it over along the right wing to Zatara into the zone. Top of the right circle shot. Slager deflects it in behind. Off the end boards, Cougars take it back. Letmansky, sharp angle, gets it right back, shoots and scores! Makes it 4-1 Cougars now. They are jumping on the Blaze here in the third period with 16:30 left to go.
Quality work behind the net there, centers it out in front. I think Letmansky may have fanned a little bit on the first shot, but he's able to regain it and put it in the back of the net to extend the lead to 4-1.
And if you look here, there's plenty of bodies in front of Slager, except it's all his teammates. It was a great shot.
Cougars continue their scoring streak here after tied 1-1. They've now scored 3 unanswered. They won the faceoff, dumped it in towards the goalkeeper in Nolan Slager, who holds on to it for a faceoff. Not a bad decision to slow play up.
Absolutely. You can tell the Cougars have a little bit more sense of urgency here coming to the third period. They get into the second intermission. They realize it's only a 2-1 game with a penalty kill coming up. They've really had a pep in their step the first 4-ish minutes of the period.
Beltrame getting sent off the ice, maybe equipment malfunction, not sure. So bring on a different player for the Cougars. It looks to be Furter. Face off from the right circle, 1 to Furter, but down in the neutral zone. Makes the pass over along the far side, dumped in by the Cougars forwards. In behind the net where they chase after it is Kropp. Kropp right wing corner, trying to get the puck back onto his stick. It was taken away by the Blaze. Zindersic with a player right on his back. Zindersick will send it to the right wing corner for Cunningham, the goal scorer for the Blaze, to send it out into the neutral zone. Quick pass along the right wing to Zindersick. Try to make a move around Hauke, but comes in offsides. Put that back in the neutral zone in the near dot. Or do we have
I
a
believe
no,
it's
we
a
got
penalty.
You're right. I didn't see that. I think you're going to have, it looks like Michael Butera go into the box. Didn't quite see the official signal there for what it was.
I believe it may have been an elbow.
Oh, yep, elbow is the call. 15:44 left to go here in the third. Back to the kill go the Cougars. They do have a 4-1 lead now.
Another big kill for the Cougars here. You don't want to give the Blaze any hope that they're back in this game. Kill this one off, keep it at a 4-1 margin.
Right wing circle face off, one to the near boards by the Blaze as they try to get control.
2 minutes for elbowing.
Cougars able to send this through the middle of the ice and down towards the right wing corner. Goes to Nolan Slager, who will drop it off as his team. Not a whole lot on the power play for them. Pass to the near side, cross ice pass from Micah Young as it bounces back to along the far boards. Gets in across the blue line momentarily of the Cougars before they take it back in front of their own bench. On the right wing, dumping it down in behind. The chase after it is Mike Watson. Mike Watson fed it in, or actually it was Lomberg, and then it was Watson feeding it in. And we have another penalty called, I think, against the Cougars. We're going to have Matt Olson go into the box here. See what this call is.
5-on-3 for almost 90 seconds here for the Blaze. They want to get back in, and here's your chance.
Trip is the call.
This goes back to what Nick said, that the Cougars have to play smart now. That they've got a 4-1 lead right now. They cannot give this team any hope whatsoever right now.
So it will be 32 seconds of 5-on-4 time after the 5-on-3. And then we have a timeout, I think, called here, probably by the Decatur Blaze would be my guess.
Yeah, the Blaze here know this. They're probably their last and best opportunity to get back in the game. Really need to capitalize on this 5-on-3. And always the key in the 5-on-3 is winning that first face-off. You win the face-off, you get set up, and you go from there.
When you look at it for the Cougars, these penalties that have been called, a little bit of a surprise. So 1:28 of 5-on-3 and then 32 seconds of 5-on-4 after the 5-on-3. So a lot of time of 5-on-3 with a little bit of 5-on-4 after that.
And we talked about Jesse Hayes tonight making big stops when he needs to. For sure, if he's going to need to make a few big saves for the Cougars on the upcoming kill.
And I have to take that back. It wasn't Hunter Schiffman, it was Hunter Schiffman, not Matt Olson, who's in the box. That 2 kind of looked like a 3.
Schiffman's second penalty in the last 6 or 8 minutes here.
He had that penalty at the end of the last period, and like you said, now he gets the one here, and that other one was an unsportsmanlike conduct. So now we'll have the face-off into the left wing circle here. Good win by the captain, Mike Watson, as his team tries to ring this one out. Held in at the right point by Mag. As he will set his team up here. Up at the point, it goes to Johnson. Into the left circle for a shot that goes wide as it comes back up towards the near point. But that one will get out. Luke Zindersick was the one with that shot. Zindersick couldn't get it on net.
Yeah, you don't want to miss high and wide when you're on a power play right there. You pretty much clear the puck for your opposition.
Along the left wing, a move around one player goes Justice Cree before he gets cut off by Jesper Longberg. Longberg along the near side starts up ice as he goes around to check himself, but is able to dump it down deep. His team making a change on the back end as starting back up ice, pass over to the left wing to Parrish. Parrish into the zone. Left wing half boards, left wing corner, sends it back up towards the point. Pass goes over to Shane Johnson, sends wrister in a nice stick, able to push it towards his goalie was Palermo as he was able to block that pass and not allow it to get out in front for an opportunity. Still about 30 seconds left before you go to that 5-on-4.
45 seconds into this 5-on-3 and not really many, if any, quality opportunities for the Blaze. So a good job by the 3 penalty killers out there for the Cougars.
Face-off will go to the left wing circle inside the Cougar zone as there's a quick shot. It's Hayes with the save. Another save by Hayes with the blockers. It goes down in the left wing corner. Young with the puck on his stick. Jesse Hayes big for his team there. Into the right circle now. Cross ice passes. They try to go to Micah Young. Bounces up towards the left point for Johnson. comes to the near side for Hughes, sends it towards Micah Young, but they're seeing it the entire way was the player on that near side, and Jonathan Dagnall, who was able to get it out in the neutral zone at least.
As soon as I mentioned not any good scoring opportunities for the Blaze on this power play, they get 2 prime chances, but Jesse Hayes had the answer.
Now it's the 5-on-4, 30 seconds left of that as this bounces up towards the left point. Coming in to hold it in the zone was Zindarsik, left wing corner, backhands it down low for Erviter. Erviter trying to stuff it in, comes down to Jonathan Dagnall, who's going to just try and hold it in that left wing corner. He gets met by a couple of Blaze players. Back up to the left point for Shane Johnson, risks one in, gets a tip in front and scores. I think that hit off of a Cougar stick and went in. It's now a 4-2 game, 2 goals away from tying this one up are the Blaze. So they didn't get the goal on the 5-on-3, but with a few seconds left on the 5-on-4, they get a power play goal.
Chris, that may have been deflected actually twice, I believe. Once off a Cougar stick and then once out in front by the Blaze. An extremely difficult save for Jesse Hayes to make. Can't really fault him for that one.
Not at all. As it, like you said, it deflected, I think, multiple times. Think maybe there at the start, and then eventually will get in.
Maybe like 3 times it looks like.
Either way, along the right wing, the Blaze coming in quickly here to try and get another one. Zanarsik with it on his stick before Cody Rayback takes it back for the Cougars. Sends it in behind the net towards the left wing corner. Cutting in front was Cunningham to take it back for the Blaze. Gets a little bit of help from Zindarsik along the left wing half board. Circles away from one, sends it back down low for Cunningham. Cunningham trying to make a move around one, gets checked. Puck comes free back for the Cougars. That one just held in at the right point by Johnson as he sends it down low. Crop with it back on his stick, sends the pass over towards Palermo. It comes out in the neutral zone, far side, onto the stick of Watson. Drops it off in behind, into the right circle. It's Vane, feeding it in towards the slot. Not able to finish it off was Watson. High slot shot now as that one hit traffic out in front. It was Johnson for the Blaze, able to lift this one out and down. Some good opportunities for the Cougars on a counter there. They finally get some chances.
That's the response you want after giving up the goal as well. Don't sit back on your toes. Go attack. Try to get that one back.
Tipped into the zone by Letmansky for the Cougars in behind the net. Put some pressure on with Zitera as he centered a pass. No one home for the Cougars. Blaze try to work it out. Bounces off some legs to the right wing corner. Zitera back up along the right point. Beltrame kicks it back down low, and then we got a hand up into the air here. I think we're going to have a penalty against the Decatur Blaze.
Yeah, some sort
boarding.
Boarding or checking from behind, something along those lines.
So we'll watch here what happens as you see the hit to the back of Zitera as he goes in towards the boards. So into the box for the Decatur Blaze. That looks to be Nathan Zolliner.
We got about the special teams advantage for the Cougars before the game, but Cougars came up 0-4 on their power play so far, and the Blaze just tallied a power play goal. Granted, the Cougars did have the one shorthanded goal, but still they wanted to put one up on the power play here.
Mike Watson talking with the referee right now. I'm not sure what about, but he is over there getting maybe, I don't know, either an explanation or something for maybe why the puck was stopped. Either way, right wing circle face-off on coming here with 12:02 left to go in the third period. Cougars on the power play. We'll see what they can do. Pass over top of the left circle for Beltrame. Sends a wrister low. Rebound opportunity. Still free somewhere. Ends up in behind the net. Right wing corner. It's onto the stick of Dagnall. Dagnall looking for a place to go. Takes it down left wing corner. Takes it up along the left wing half boards. A little bit too much stick handling. Comes to Micah Young for the Blaze, who dumps it down as that goes towards Jesse Hayes. We'll settle it down and send it in behind the net. Not a bad start, but not able to get the second chance opportunity. Beltrame pass over to the far side onto the stick of Watson. Holds up down in the right wing corner. Uses the near boards to send it up towards the left point for Palermo. Tries to send it back down low. Comes to Watson. Feeds it off for Letmansky. Letmansky in behind. Bouncing puck as he touches it out of the air. Back up to the right point for Beltrame. Uses the boards to go to Letmansky. Back over to Palermo. Loads up here. Sends the shot low. Looking for a tip on the far side from Dagnall, who gets checked from behind. Pass along the far side from the Blaze as they are able to exit the zone before it's poked away. Comes back to the Cougars. Watson crossing the blue line here. Holding up. Finds the trailer in Dagnall. Goes back over towards the top of the right circle for Svane, but it bounced off his stick and went wide. Cougars making a couple of changes. The pass a little bit off from Hunter Schiffman. That'll allow for the Blaze to clear down. 39 seconds left of power play time for the Chicago Cougars. Some opportunities, but not as good as they would like.
Absolutely. Still 40 seconds here left in the power play, though. So time for one more rush. Try to see if you can get a good scoring opportunity out of this.
Van Dyke down in the right wing corner, circles back up to Olsen, back to the left, top of the left circle for a shot from Schiffman that doesn't get on net. He hit off the front of his stick. Now to Olsen, wrister down low, try to get a tip in front from Svein. Back up along the right wing half boards, back to the right wing corner. Cody Rayback in, passes it low for Svein, goes around the net to the near side. Pass up to the left point for Schiffman, sends the wrister low, looking for a tip on that far side, couldn't get it. Back up to the right point to Olsen, toes the line, top of the right circle for Rayback. Shot and just getting a piece of it with his glove with Slager. Hand up into the air here. There's going to be another penalty on the Decatur Blaze. Jesse Hayes goes to the bench for the extra attacker. Right wing circle shot and the save made. Van Dyke rebound and that one's still free, but the whistle went first. Refs lost sight of it. So the penalty had ended. We were at 6 on 5. We'll go back to 5 on 4.
This is exactly what you wanted if you're the Cougars as well after that goal. Pretty much all the zone time has been in the Decatur zone afterwards, and obviously they can't score goals in their own zone. So with the 4-2 lead, you're just looking to keep up your solid play, keep the pressure on them.
Like you said, 4-2 lead with 9:46 left to go here in the third period. A fresh 2 minutes of power play time. They're gonna go right now. Sullivan and Palermo on the back end. Van Dyke, Svein, and I believe that's Cody Rayback over on that far side for the Cougars as they win the faceoff up to the right point to Palermo. Back to Rayback, who comes back to the point. Now back to Rayback, top of the right circle. Sends it down low for Svein. Tries to feed it in towards the slot. Gets to Sullivan, top of the left circle. Loads up, fakes it, goes to Rayback. Back up to the point. Palermo wrists one low as he got a little bit of a tip in front on a screen. As this comes back out in the neutral zone, right to Palermo, who has to hold on for his team to clear the zone. Pass cross ice to Sullivan. Hits off of his skate, not quite able to control, but gets a little bit of help from Palermo, but it went right away from him. Crossed that blue line and back out into the neutral zone. That technically probably should have been a nice. Either way, into the zone, it's Cody Rayback, although I think it was hidden by the Blaze, so maybe it was okay. Either way, this one goes back out into the neutral zone. Comes back over to the near side onto the stick of Van Dyke, who enters in. Van Dyke tries to feed it in front for Svein. Couldn't get it onto his stick. Palermo pokes it free along the right wing half boards. Bouncing puck comes back to the Blaze, who were able to send it out. A minute left to go here on the power play. First half of it, though, a little bit of trouble.
Absolutely, but if you look at it this way, I mean, you're killing off 2 minutes off the clock. You're really almost killing the power play here, just trying to make sure you don't give up that third goal to get it to a one-goal game. So just playing solid offensively and not giving up any chances the other way.
You're keeping the pressure on the Blaze, too. Pass comes to the near side off of Hunter Schiffman's stick. It goes a little bit too far in front of him. Bounces now to Mike Watson. Watson feeding it over to Dagnall on the near side. Enters the zone, passes it to himself and along the left wing half boards and drops it off for Letmansky. Feeds it into the slot for shot and goal from Matt Olsen as he makes it 5-2 Chicago Cougars with 8:07 left to go here in the third period. They do get a power play goal.
Just talking about not a lot going on, and they must have heard you down there, Chris. Immediately leads to a goal. Great pass and a great set. It looks like the goaltender might be hurt, too.
I think maybe pride is hurt more for Nolan Slager than anything, as he still has been playing outstanding, but he's given up a bunch of goals here in the third period, and I think on opportunities that you really can't fault him for, like this one here that we're going to get a good look at on the shot from Olsen. A little bit of a screen in front from his own player, and he's not able to make the save.
There's a great pass from Letmansky, too. Tough to go post to post for the goaltender. Can't blame him at all for that one.
Olsen throwing another one on net as that one grabbed out of the air for a left wing circle faceoff.
You can definitely see that the talent of the Cougars is starting to take over this game now.
If you give a power play like the Cougars back-to-back opportunities, too, they're going to cash in most times.
Face-off won by the Decatur Blaze. Garrett magged around his own net as he gets a poke check, but able to keep it on his stick. Makes a pass over along the right wing. Into the zone goes Shingothi before he gets away from him, and there's a shot from the top of the right circle from Erviter as the puck went right to him. As he holds on for a face-off in the right circle does Jesse Hayes. 7:43 left to go here in the third period.
And you really don't want to overlook the job that Hayes has done in that either. There was a few chances when it was 2-1 and even 1-1 where the Blaze had some really good opportunities. They really could have swung the momentum of this game, but he stood tall, and obviously it's eventually led to the 5-2 lead for the Cougars.
Face-off will go to the right circle. Blaze win it. Shot. Jesse Hayes able to deflect it away with the blocker into the left wing corner. I think he was trying to control that one. Comes back towards Highs in the net, but he pushes it in behind. Cougars look to start up ice here. Zvane trying to work it out. Gets a little bit of help along those far boards. Able to get it in the zone now along the right wing with Zatera before it's taken away from him. Zatera gets it right back, gives it off for Butera. Butera round one. He gets taken down to the ice as that puck comes free back to the Blaze, who send this all the way down. Goes towards Highs, who will slow it down and have it behind his own net. Backhands it in behind himself, as now that one almost ended up on the back of the net. Blaze able to take it out in front and center a pass. Nobody home. Cougars were able to knock that one away nicely. Butera, nice pass over along the right wing to Zvane. Zvane right circles, feeds it in front for Butera. His stick was tied up, so he couldn't get the shot off. Gets it right back to Zvane. Rebound opportunity and goal by Butera, and it was waved off. Butera very angry because that was his goal, and it goes and wiped away because of the quick whistle from the ref.
Third time tonight the refs have had a quick whistle. Definitely should have been a goal there. He didn't have it for long enough to stop it, but the ref lost sight of it, and that's what happens when they blow their whistle.
Watson going over and talking with the referee about that, because that would really, like you said, this isn't just one time, it's been multiple times that the whistle has been very quick.
And sometimes when it's trapped underneath them, you can see how the whistle gets blown. It happened at the other end earlier. You can understand it there, though. It was never underneath them, as you'll see right here. It just hits them in the chest and pops right off. So you kind of have to wonder what the official's looking at there.
Well, you see the official going in behind to try and get the look, and he didn't even have the glove on it.
Well, what
there's the quick goal as we're watching the
replay. When you get a goal waved off, just go score another one.
And it was Sullivan who gets his first for the Cougars.
Really happy for Mike Sullivan. He's been working it tonight as a forward. He's been in the forward, in the penalty kill, in the power play. Really happy to see him rewarded. He deserved it for his effort tonight.
You'll watch the shot here. Good traffic in front. And it gets in. I don't think I couldn't tell if it deflected off of somebody or not for the Cougars, so maybe it's an assist for Sullivan, but Sullivan with that initial shot. Either way, the puck comes to the near side. It's now a 6-2 lead for the Cougars with 6:48 left to go. So they do give the goal to Sullivan, which is good to hear. He gets his first.
Deserves it. Absolutely deserves it.
Really have to be happy with the Cougars' effort overall tonight. Pretty much have dominated the play from start to finish.
Center ice, the puck comes back to the near side over towards Van Dyke. Cross ice pass onto the stick of Kropp. Right wing circle, drops it off for Palermo. Comes right in front for a shot from Peters that goes wide as it goes into the near half boards. Van Dyke holding it in the zone, drops it off for Palermo. As there's a save from Slager, who will tie into it for a left wing circle face-off. 6:10 left to go here in the third period. 6-2 lead for the Cougars, and you've really felt the Cougars. This feels like the Cougars now.
They've imposed their will on them. The Blaze were able to answer for a while, but here in the third period, it's been all Cougars. And really, if you're the Blaze, though, you need to help out your goaltender right now. He was the reason you were in the game for as long as he's been kind of getting laid out to dry here in the third period. I understand you're down 6-2 and you're just playing out the string, but you have to have pride in yourself and your goaltender and give him a little bit of help out in front.
Yeah, you look at the actions, you look at the expression on Slager right now. He's like, what do I have to do?
Yeah, we really saw it after that fourth goal as well when I thought he was injured. We see another shot on goal right here. They need to help him. Oh, that was a nasty slash right there.
And Butera getting slashed there pretty hard. No call as Butera unhappy. Butera should have had a goal is what he thinks. That would have been his second goal for him on the year. He's a fairly new acquisition for the Cougars. Only been with the team for a couple of weeks as he was trying to get inside and just sort of reactionary too.
Definitely seeing the frustration right now in the Decatur right now. It's
shot from Zvane, hits off of a player and comes back out in front of the penalty boxes in the neutral zone, and then we have a hand up in the air. A penalty will go against the Cougars. Slash is the call. See who it is on the Cougars who goes to the box. Looks like it's Zvane.
If you're the Cougars right now, you just want to play clean last 6 minutes of the game last night. This game, just like last night, it's been a little chippy. You don't want any repeats of last night. You have the 6-2 lead. You're well on the way to your victory. Just be smart. Get out of here clean. Don't do anything dumb.
You bog things down, too. You slow the game down, which really all it helps is the Decatur Blaze if you slow the game down.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with how much Decatur's been struggling here in the third period.
Right wing circle face-off won by the Decatur Blaze, but the Cougars are able to win the puck. It comes over in front for Butera, who's going to get in all alone. Gets on for a shot, but he's just pushed off the puck by Shane Johnson, trying to make up for that opportunity that the whistle went early. Pass over towards the far side, comes back to Olsen. Now over to Butero, directs it into the zone. You got to remember it's a kill right now for the Cougars too, but it hasn't looked like it for the starts.
48-19 shots in favor of the Cougars.
Puck ends up in behind the net, controlled by Garrett Mag. Mag comes out along the left wing, makes a pass along the far side, poked away by Jonathan Dagnalls. It's free, and then sent down in by the Blaze, who have to make a change for their killers as they have a minute and 15 left, or minute and 10 left on the penalty kill as it comes to Micah Young. Micah Young gets a pass right back, tried to send it into the net, and this one deflects out of play into the stands over here on the near side.
The Blaze have had 3 power plays here in the third period, and honestly, they look like power plays for the Cougars. So you got to give the Cougars penalty kill a lot of credit. Not only killing off the penalties, but also creating scoring chances, including the shorthanded goal, obviously.
Yes.
He sent the puck to the wrong side. The fans are on their side.
Face-off won by the Cougars, and they just send this one down to kill off a little bit more time. We're under the minute mark now for the power play. Goes over towards the far side, bouncing puck, comes onto the stick of Hughes. Hughes tried to send it in the zone, comes right back to him as he holds up now on the right wing half boards. Sent back down towards the right wing corner, where the Cougars take it back and will dump it back down in towards the left wing corner of the zone. 30 seconds left to kill off.
Good defense. Good defense.
Nothing so far on this power play for the Blaze. They have hit pay dirt on one so far. Erviter lost the puck as Lomberg keeping the pressure on. Is this puck in that near half boards? Delivers a nice hit to a player to try and get to it. It comes back along the right wing half boards. Comes to Peters now. Goes to his defense as they look to try and kill off a little bit more time. Along the near side, bouncing puck comes back over for a Blaze player as he gets a hit from Lomberg as they end up getting tied up. Palermo now chips it off the boards to himself. Bottom of the right circle. Stopped there, poked away from him. And then the puck held in at the right point by Butera. Butera gets taken down, hand up into the air, and now we'll have the Cougars. They're going to have a power play opportunity as the penalty just ended for the Cougars. And now Sullivan talking with the official right now.
You calling offsetting here? No.
I'm not sure what Sullivan was talking about. Either way, a trip, though, is the call that goes against the Decatur Blaze. It goes against number 17, Injustice Cree.
Sullivan been a thorn in the side of the Decatur Blaze all evening.
It was clear as day, that call.
Cougars, another power play opportunity. Butera out there as one of them as he tries to get the puck, goes up to the right point to Olsen, gets a tip out in front, comes to Butera, tries to stuff it home, and that one held on to by the Blaze goalie in Slager for another right wing circle faceoff. So we get another view again here, seeing some traffic in front on Slager from Butera, just Butera can't hit it in.
If you're the Cougars right now, you want to continue creating good chances. Don't get any bad habits. Keep doing what you normally would despite the score being 6-2 and the game being well in hand.
Puck 1-2 towards Butera from Watson. Goes past Butera now and goes right to Micah Young, who's able to send it down towards Jesse Hayes. Hayes will send it down in behind his own net, where it's poked free by Hunter Schiffman over to Olsen. Olsen feels the pressure, sends it back to Schiffman, who waits for a second and then comes up ice. Pass along the far side, back over towards Olsen, just out of his reach, as it's quickly hit away by the Cougars. Back at their own blue line, skating up and around one goes the captain and Watson. Crosses it, passes it over, top of the right circle for Svein as he has Butera right there as he passed it up for Olsen, who can't hold it in at the blue line as that puck was a little bit on edge. Blaze making a change to one of their killers as Svein around one into the left circle, tries to cut out in front. It's pushed away as it was poked nicely by the goalkeeper Slager. Held in at the point by Olsen. Top of the right circle now. Quick shot as that one deflected wide. I think Slager got a piece of it on that shot. Left wing corner. Schiffman able to keep it down low on a pinch. Kicks it free to the stick of Watson. Try to send it to a player cutting in front by Svein. Comes back to the near side onto the stick of Zindersik as he gets it poked away. Good defensive play by Olsen as the Cougars start up again. 32 seconds left of power play time. Top of the right circle. Shot is the save made on the toe of the goalkeeper in Slager, and the Blaze start back up as it's on the stick of Johnson, who sends a shot in, and Hayes will hold on to it for the save into the left wing circle. 2:20 left to go here in this third period, as we'll get to watch that quick save by Hayes again. 18 seconds left on power play time, too.
Yeah, now the Blaze are they're just throwing everything wherever they can. But Hayes is not going to let a shot like that go through.
Face-off will be in the left wing circle. Getting kicked out was the player for the Cougars in diagonal. Trying to win that face-off there was Sullivan, and he does for the Cougars as it comes to Van Dyke now along the near side. Van Dyke along the left wing, dropping it off in behind towards Zatera as it comes back up towards the left point. Blaze cut it off first as it comes to Beltrame for the Cougars. He turned it over. Blaze trying to make a pass to the middle to Micah Young out of his reach. Back to the right wing corner. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Just under the 100-second mark here in the period, as this one along the left wing brought in by Sullivan. Almost tried the drag move, couldn't quite complete it as Van Dyke tried to push it down in behind. Took a funny bounce off of one of the doors. Came back into the neutral zone. Ref lost an edge as the puck goes up along the right wing for Zindarsik. Comes back over to Sullivan from behind his own net. Looks for the pass through the middle, poked away. Back near center ice, it gets towards Zatera, who tries to throw it in the zone, but the Blaze take it back onto the stick of Zolliner. Zolliner off of his stanchion and bounces right into the middle there for Stevenson Clemens before he turns it over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke top gives it off for Letmansky, right circle shot as that hit a leg. Oh, and that's a player who's hurt there as that one stung number 17, Justice Cree. Comes back over to the near side, poked free onto the stick of Zatera as we've now hit, like you hear there, that just under that minute mark now. In behind the net, it bounces up to the right circle for the Blaze, comes to John Erviter. Erviter through center ice, makes a move around one before he's hit off the puck by Hauke. Pass to the near side, Cougars send it back out in the neutral zone off of Letmansky's stick, comes over now to Kropp. Kropp in the left wing, tries to cut out in front, sends a shot, save made on the shoulder of Slagers. This one bounces up towards the right point. Oh, almost a chance for Stevenson Clevens to go in all alone, but the Cougars able to direct it away. Bouncing puck over towards the near side in the Cougars zone as they pass it up towards Letmansky. Letmansky back out towards the neutral zone. 10 seconds left to go here. It's onto the stick of Kropp. Puts it onto his backhand. Tries to feed a pass in towards the slot. Peters gets checked as that frees the puck back for the Decatur Blaze. Through the middle of the ice goes Shane Johnson. Pass to the near side, and that'll do it. It's a 6-2 win for the Cougars here. Jesse Hayes with a good game in net, only allowing those 2 goals. That's over at 90. That's it's a pretty good save percentage for Jesse Hayes.
Yes, it is. He had an amazing game tonight. Some unfortunate bounces didn't go his way for those 2 goals, but other than that, he was amazing. Brick wall, wouldn't let anything get through.
Yeah, the Cougars now go to salute their fans who came tonight. A pretty good crowd for the Cougars, as there's been some buzz with them now being back at the first place spot in the Western Conference of the Midwest Division.
It feels great to be at number 1. It has to feel great.
90.4% save percentage on the night for Jesse Hayes. A very good game from him, and a lot of those chances, probably half of them were high-quality chances.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Great game for him. Great game from the Cougars overall.
And you hear there, Furter, the number 3 star, will let Ray Kincaid take it the rest of the way.
One assist, number 11, Matt Letmansky. And our first star with 1 goal and 1 assist, number 16, Michael Butera.
Butera out there as we have Nick Burzik down at ice level as he's got an interview for us. We'll go down to Nick now.
All right, here with Mike Sullivan. Mike, getting your first goal as a Cougar this evening. Take us through the goal.
No, just have a lot of patience. You know, points were open all game today. all you got to do is just be patient, just shot it and went in, you know.
Now, you came here known primarily as a defenseman, but like you were playing a lot of forward this evening. Is that something you enjoy doing, a little involved in on the offense?
Yeah, actually, I'm a natural forward. I've been off for 2 years. My coach from Janesville actually sent me here to be a defenseman, get back in shape. So I love the forward aspect of the game, you know, both working hard and everything else. So.
And then talk a little bit about you guys. Obviously had a disappointing loss last night, coming back tonight strong, notching 51 shots and your 6-2 victory.
Yeah, you know what? Every team has a bad game. You know, yesterday we came out, we were a little flat, no energy on the bench. We came back tonight and redeemed ourselves pretty well. 6-2, should have been a little bit more, but this is the effort we had expected to come back after a loss.
All right, Mike. Thank you very much. Congrats on the goal again. Thank you. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Nick, and good interview that we just heard there. And Mike Sullivan, a guy who at one point was a captain for the Janesville Jets in the NAHL, so a guy with a lot of ability, and you heard him say there, too, he's a natural forward. He's been playing defense for the Cougars, which he's been doing pretty good there, too, but you saw the ability for him as a forward as well. He's really starting to come on, it seems like.
There's a word for those kind of guys. I call them workhorses. That's all he was doing tonight. He was everywhere, all over the rink. And, you know, you have to look at other guys, too. I mean, you got Palermo. He had a pretty good game tonight. Spain didn't get to play the first period. He comes in, and look what he does. He gets a goal right away. I mean, great effort by the Cougars tonight.
Yeah, great effort all around by the Chicago Cougars. Multiple players involved. When you look at the 6 goals, nobody had more than one goal. You had 6 different guys getting a goal in the game for the Cougars. That's always nice to see, too.
Absolutely. It's a team effort. Absolutely.
The games when the Cougars play the best, too, always seem to be team efforts as well. Not just one guy scoring, multiple guys. As you see, let Mansky get the goal here. That'll end up getting past. His first shot ended up deflecting right back to him off of his skate, and then he finishes it off the second time for an out-of-position Slager who didn't quite know where the puck was before it was too late.
All those bodies in front of the goal, that's what you need to do.
Yes, exactly, as this was one of those other goals as well as for the Cougars. But you look at it, the Cougars, multiple guys, Sullivan getting one of his first goals. You can see why he was a captain when he was up at Janesville and getting back into shape now.
Yeah, remember when we talked to Coach Stofers when they first got him, he spoke very highly of him. I believe that Janesville was actually a level higher than the Cougars are as well. So you can really see the talent today, his versatility. Like you mentioned, he came in as a D-man, playing forward today, playing on the power play, playing in all three facets. You can see why he was up at a higher level and why he is so impressive.
And obviously we know from what he said that he's a forward, but he has the ability to play wherever you need him on the ice.
Right, and anytime you can add versatility to your team, do as much as you can, you're really going to help out.
Final thoughts here, guys, from this one. The scouts over who did the color guard earlier now getting some pictures with Cougars players who are out there right now. But final thoughts here. Start with you, Jeremy.
Great effort again by the Cougars. Offensively, it took them a little bit, 2 periods or so. But in the third period, the talent just took over. The Blaze, they couldn't keep up with what the Cougars did, and I can't wait to see what the Cougars have in store for us in the next game.
Yeah, obviously the prevailing storyline coming tonight was no Gavin Nickerson and no Anthony Sven for the first period. So even despite that, they put up 51 shots, 6 goals. Understood Decatur's a little outmanned against the Cougars, but overall you can't complain with the performance. A really nice bounce-back outing after the disappointing loss last evening.
Yeah, I agree. I think for the Cougars, they're still not going to be happy with this game. And it's funny to say when it's a 6-2 win.
You can even hear Mike Sullivan say there should have been a few more goals on the board. So obviously they're not satisfied with the efforts.
And you have to give some credit to Nolan Slager. I mean, he doesn't have a 90%. His save percentage isn't above 90%, but he saw 51 shots. So that's still an impressive game from Nolan.
Yeah, I remember us talking during the break off here. I mean, it was a 1-goal game going to the third period, largely because of him. So he kept them in the game, he kept them competitive, and gave them a chance to win heading into the third period, but just too much Cougars at the end of the day.
And another guy who did have 90%, over 90% for his save percentage, Jesse Hayes, only letting up 2. And if he has an off game, this easily could have been really close.
It's easy to overlook the goaltender in a game when he outshoots the opposition by as much as the Cougars did. But as you mentioned during the broadcast, there was a few times when the game was close where the Blaze had a shot to really get it back into the game, maybe tie it or even take the lead, and every time Jesse had an answer.
Exactly. So a good effort all around. We want to thank our crew for a good effort as well. When you look at it, we had Chris Hamilton working the cameras for you tonight, and Dr. Pete Ferrari directing everything for you. So we thank them. And, of course, thanks to my partners here in the booth, Nick Berzik and Jeremy Tuhig. Guys, again, Cougars, they still have some season left, but they still control their own destiny moving forward. At least this is a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. There was no reason to panic after the loss yesterday. As Mike mentioned in the interview, everybody has off nights. They're still in first place as of now, picking up another important points tonight. So they just got to keep their eyes on the prize, keep their head down, move forward, work hard, and good things will happen for them.
Of course, and there's still some more games that we'll have here on SportsTownChicago.com. One of those coming up very soon when you look at the schedule for the Cougars, as they do have some more home games left forward for them. Blaine Energy, that one will be here again, 8 o'clock. That Friday the 29th, so this coming week. Then Saturday the 30th will be a home game against the Decatur Blaze. So those are the next two home games here. Then they go play the Motor City Hawks out in Michigan.
I'm sure February 19th is a game that everybody on the Cougars will have circled after the game last night. I bet the boys will be looking forward to that one coming up on the 19th.
And then the Cougars will finish off the season against the Ileana Blackbirds back here at the Sears Center. That will be a 7:30 game for that one on the 21st, and then it goes right into playoffs after that. Cougars hoping to still be in first place at that time, but of course it's all on how they finish here. So guys, again, that's your schedule. Don't forget about Mondays. You can hear Chicago Cougars All Access. It'll usually be myself and Cody Grant. TJ Sennett, we're trying to get, maybe he might even end up being with us for one of these. And of course, we'll have some Cougars players join us, maybe a couple players who played well over the weekend. And of course, head coach and general manager Brad Stofers will join us for that too. So be sure to see that. And of course, go to YouTube and you can watch all of these games, every game up until this point, already up there. So be sure to check that out as well. And these games will be up there soon too. But that'll do it here for us on SportsTownChicago.com. Again, thanks to my partners Nick and Jeremy. We'll see you guys next time.